Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to another video. As you can see right here, this is a bit of a different video, as you can't really see my loop station back there, but instead you see me. I hope that's okay. And the reason for this is that I have some pretty exciting news to share. But before I get into the specifics of that, I briefly want to say thank you. Just the other day we hit 1000 subscribers, and I already made a small community post about this, but I want to address this personally in this video because this really does mean a lot. I only started with this channel earlier this year, and so to see it, for this niche that we're in of course, grow so fast is quite amazing. I especially want to shout out the people that have been here since the start. I know that some of you guys leave a comment for almost every video, and I really do appreciate this. But even for the rest, a huge thank you. I read all of your comments and I try to interact with you as often as possible so that we can have beneficial conversations for everyone. So yeah, again, a huge thank you, and now let's get into the updates. Now I'm going to share some of my thoughts regarding this channel and its future, especially concerning the future content. Going forward, I will have less time than I used to because I've just started my master's degree. I also have to work on the side, and there's also some real life to be had, so yeah, there's just less time available for me right now. This doesn't mean that I will stop making YouTube videos. But what it means is that it's time for some changes and restructuring. When I started with this channel, I didn't plan on making only tutorials with a few loop songs mixed in. To be honest, I really just wanted to upload my first track, Spring to Life, and also the Bounce tutorial series, and then I kinda just took it from there. I haven't been super happy with all of my tutorials from the last few months, even though your feedback has been great, but I personally am not too thrilled with the quality of each of these videos. Before anyone gets worried now, I'm not going to stop making tutorials. I know that most of you guys really care about this and have subscribed for this. And I also have plenty of ideas and stuff that I want to make tutorials about. However, I will make less of them. Thus, the tutorials will provide more value since I don't have to pull ideas out of thin air. After all, there are only so many topics that I can talk about. And what this also means is that I can create other types of content, which I've been wanting to do for a while. Also, one resolution that I had for a long time is that I want to make shorter videos, so about 10 to 15 minutes. And you can probably also expect a focus on only one topic, but I think most of my videos are like that anyways. With that in mind, there will be 1 or 2 tutorials every 3 months or so. In general, you can still expect 1 or 2 video uploads each month. I know that I have been uploading more frequently than that as of recently, but that's really just because I'm behind schedule. As I mentioned, I have less time, so this is not going to continue, sorry. So all in all, this means that I will have 3 different video slots, so 1 slot each month. And one of these slots I have already talked about, so the tutorials. But what about the other 2 video slots? Well, I want to do other types of content on live music production. First and foremost, I want to focus on vocal and beatbox related topics. This doesn't mean solo beatbox, but just everything that comes from the mouth, I guess. But perhaps at some point in the future, I will also cover instruments and other non-vocally sourced stuff. But now, to get more specific, there's a podcast in the works. This podcast will feature different guests from the looping scene, and we will talk about looping and live music production related topics, such as loop competition and events, and we will also have discussions about the limitations of looping, judging music, and much more. So the concept is really to discuss relevant topics and hopefully also clear up some things that might be well known behind the scenes and by expert loopers, but not by the general audience. And maybe we can also collect some ideas on how to improve the scene. That would be perfect. The first episode of the podcast is going to be my next video and will be released very soon, so definitely stay tuned for that. Now, as for the last video slot, this is going to be a creative video, meaning that it will just be something about looping. A random video idea, perhaps stuff in a DAW or synth, or a new song release. Speaking of song releases, this is my main focus to improve on off-camera, because I want to get better at making songs and also finish more songs in general. But yeah, the time aspect might make it quite difficult to focus on this, but I'll try my best. And I already do have ideas for most of the songs, but unfortunately that's all they are, ideas, so they are far from being completed, but yeah, I'll work on that. Also, as I mentioned, and perhaps you saw it already in the filter tutorial, I've been working more in a DAW and I'm trying to get more experience there to get better at producing and composing music. And that should hopefully also improve my looping. Perhaps I'll even adapt some of my loop tracks onto there, but that's still to be decided. My main ambition is still to make music on the loop station, the RC505, because I want to continue doing live music production stuff, and also this is kind of the identity of this channel. And yeah, I think this should be everything that I wanted to share. Definitely leave your thoughts on this in the comments down below. Maybe you also have some other content ideas that you really want me to do, so definitely be sure to share this in the comments. So yeah, as you can see, this is really just the start of my channel. Stay tuned for more content, also for more tutorials of course. I think we have some really cool stuff coming up. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye.